Jones versus Combs, Part 8. So this is the image, Moy Bond. Remember, Moy is one of the part of the RICO enterprise, and he hires sex workers, attends and participates in freak offs. Okay, this is Thanksgiving 2022 picture when Diddy offered Mr. Combs cocaine. So if I take you back to Thanksgiving of 2022. Remember, you saw images of Young Miami's female cousin, and Diddy. Now, Mr. Jones declined to do cocaine, went to the bathroom. He thinks that Diddy instructed Young Miami's cousin to follow him because Young Miami's cousin went to the bathroom, dropped to her knees, and tried to perform oral on Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones pushed her away and then walked back into the rest of the house. She took her clothes off while following him and then straddled him. So that's when he said he was sexually assaulted by Young Miami's cousin. Okay. Diddy funded and used his affiliation with local gangs and gang leaders who would frequent his home in LA and Miami to secure the drugs and guns he obtained and distributed out of his homes in LA and Miami. At the bottom, it says that the plaintiff has intentionally left the names and images of these individuals out of the pleading out of fear of retaliation. So he's not naming any gang. Okay, he ain't gonna name anybody from the gang. Um, Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of violence, threatening to eat plaintiff's face, displaying and distributing guns in plaintiff's presence, bragging about having law enforcement under control, bragging about murdering people, and bragging about bribing witnesses and jurors in the criminal case concerning the 1999 New York City nightclub shooting with Shine. Now, you have to go back to the previous video. If you didn't watch the previous video, I named for you all the people that are part of the RICO enterprise. Stevie J, the Grammy Award winning producer, and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta that he used to be on. I also remember that I showed you, it's supposed to be images. You really couldn't tell him, but I couldn't show you all the pictures of him having sex with a Caucasian male. Diddy saying that he had had sex with him. Also, Justin Combs is also part of the RICO enterprise, soliciting prostitutes, underage girls, and sex workers, and would engage in freak offs. And then Brendan Paul works as Diddy's mule. He acquires and distributes Mr. Combs' drugs and guns. And Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Coram, was compared to what Ghislaine Maxwell was to Jeffrey Epstein. She forced all of Diddy's staff to always walk around with drugs at any time. They were also instructed to keep Diddy high off gummies and pills by Christina Coram as well. And she will always have the individuals execute these tasks. So she would be telling Stevie J, Justin Combs, and Brendan Paul what they needed to do. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of isolation from the music and entertainment industry, parading powerful music industry executives such as defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia, at his parties filled with sex workers, minors, and illegal drugs such as ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms. So if you guys go back to the previous videos I've read, remember Diddy had orange juice, liquor, everything was laced. So it was for the women and girls and then for the staff, because they were drugging these women and girls. Defendants executed their RICO enterprise with threats of non-payment for work completed, fake promises of cash payments, $250,000, producer of the year Grammy Awards, and guaranteed access to future projects and a $20 million home on Star Island in Miami. So those are the things that he had promised to producer Plaintiff Jones. Wow, this title is interesting. Mr. Combs is allowed to wreak havoc. While living and traveling with Mr. Combs, aka Diddy, Mr. Jones discovered that Diddy has hidden cameras in every room of his homes. Mr. Jones believed that Diddy had recordings of defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes. Upon information and belief, These individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, and is the case with the homosexual sex tape of Stevie J that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones. Diddy possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. So if you guys remember, if you go back to when I am first introducing Stevie J, Diddy was trying to groom Mr. Jones and telling him it's okay, everybody does the homosexual acts. And that's when he showed him the video, sent him the video of Stevie J having sex with a Caucasian male. And that's why he has that footage, y'all. As I recall, I keep telling y'all, I'm simply reading the court documents, but he has video footage and pictures and text messages for almost everything that's alleged in here. Upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, and is the case with the homosexual sex tape of Stevie J that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones. Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person. Okay, I read that. Okay, upon information and belief, due to this treasure trove of evidence he has in his possession, Diddy believes that he is above the law and is untouchable. Upon information and belief, Diddy employs Jose Cruz as his IT director. This writer has spoken to several former employees of Diddy's who confirm that Jose Cruz is the gatekeeper to all of Mr. Combs' recordings. Upon information and belief, Jose Cruz intentionally hides behind the camera and from social media and the internet due to all of the incoming acts he was required to, incriminating acts he was required to record for Diddy. And there's an image of Diddy, looks like a phone contact, Jose Puff's tech guy. So this is what's in Mr. Jones's phone, as belief that this is the existence of this man that he speaks of, that nobody knows or have seen. I'm going to show the images of the next pages, but it's a lot of legalese, but it's some good stuff in this legalese, you guys. So I'm going to be skipping through it. If you want to take the time to read the whole thing, you can pause the screens. But this is first cause of action, conduct and participate in a RICO enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, violation of Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization Act. And then it names the defendants who we by now know who they are. Mr. Jones incorporates by reference all preceding paragraphs and re-alleges them as if set fully forth herein. Okay? And he goes on to say that all of the defendants are 100% liable for the actions of Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina Coram, as they were acting in their capacities as the respondent Superior Collective's employees when they committed the acts detailed below. The respondent Superior Collective failed to adequately monitor, warn, or supervise the actions of Sean Combs, Justin Combs, and Christina Coram. Defendants are individuals and are entities within the meaning of person, okay, because each is capable of holding and does hold a legal or beneficial interest in property. The association is comprised of Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia, Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Christina Coram, Combs Global, Motown Records, Love Records, Universal Musical Group, John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10, and ABC Corporation's 1 through 10. This ends part 8. And y'all make sure y'all are liking, subscribing, and commenting on these videos on my YouTube channel, okay? Because I need that. Help a sister out.